What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Taurean Reloaded channel. If you are new, please be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and have your notifications set to all to be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. Also, be sure to like, comment, and share this content on your various social media platforms. So you know that I kind of teased another video coming in the recent video that I just did. Well, here's that video right here, and you're about to hear how this story kind of lines up with what happened with Lance Storrs and what happened with Jalen Walker if you fuse them together, but he was able to get away. So bear with me when I say this. And this was posted on July 4th, 2022 on WOWKTV.com, and it is coming out of West Virginia. And again, I had to freeze it at a video because when I typed his name into the Google search for an image without this play icon in the middle, nothing came up. See what I mean? Another pattern we're noticing here. But anyway, let's get into it. A man is in custody after allegedly getting into an altercation with officers on Sunday, July the 3rd. Clendenin police say that they responded to a single vehicle crash near Hokie Lane in Elk River Road North at around 4:25 p.m. They say the driver of the crashed vehicle fled the scene. Now, doesn't that sound exactly what they said happened with Jalen Walker? Like, if you read that, the whole scenario, it lines right up with Jalen Walker, but plot twist, spoiler alert, this guy lived to get a mugshot. Jalen Walker is going to be in a casket. Police say that when they located the suspect, 50-year-old Jeffrey Smith, let me pause right there again. Something else I'm noticing that's a commonality between all these stories, with the exception of the one in Bibb County, is all these men that's involved with this are in their 40s or higher. One was I think Lance Storrs was 48. This guy is 50, and the other one is 60. So they're all in the same age bracket with the exception of one who was 26. Police say that when they located 50-year-old Jeffrey Smith, he tried to flee from officers and then tried to fight officers as they tried to arrest him. Smith is charged with leaving the scene of an accident, fleeing from law enforcement, battery of a law enforcement officer, and obstruction. I need to know from the usual suspects again. I call on you. I summon you at this point. Where's your antennas on this one? So I've done 1, 2, 3, and now 4 stories that they could have touched on, but they didn't. But they stayed on top of Jalen Walker. You know why they're probably not talking about this? One is they're going to say, well, didn't know about it. Or two, they can't find an angle to come at this with that doesn't make them look or sound a certain way. Or they're going to find a way to excuse it. After all, I'll give you an example. Look at Brandon Fakem. He's one of the main ones. And an entry for my Bed Bucking series, as y'all already know. That dude actually found a way to make an excuse for what Peyton Gendron did in Buffalo when it came to the manifesto. Of course, his audience, which we know is pretty much, well, probably looks like this guy, was in agreement with pretty much almost everything that he says, because they hang off of every word he says when it comes to black people. Whether they're in a position of them being, you know, how those individuals were in Buffalo, or if they can push a narrative like how they're doing with Jalen Walker. But the minute that he talked about Uvalde, which he did another bad take, he went from bad to worse, like he did a worse take with that one, his audience flipped on him. Only briefly, because they know that he wasn't going to stay on that hill to die that much longer. He was going to go right back to what he was doing. But this guy is so in bed with the blue. He looks like a goddamn blueberry at this point. He almost looks like Blue's Clues. But if you look at the comment section when he talked about Uvalde, if the video's still there, and look at the comment section about Jalen Walker and even Buffalo, they're like night and day. And again, Uvalde didn't have any black victims either. But his take on that was just horrible. Like, he literally made every excuse he could for the cops not going in there to do their job. But then I found out something very interesting about that. And I know I'm kind of getting off topic a little bit with this video, this topic right here, but I really wanted to point this out. I was listening to a live stream that Tariq did up not even that long ago. It was probably like last week, when he was talking about what happened with Jalen Walker. And one of the callers called in, and he was saying how, according to the Supreme Court, and this is documented, the police are not required or obligated to protect you. And I said, let me go and look this up. And sure enough, I typed it into Google and it came right on up. I took a picture of it and I shared it on my social media platforms. It caught a lot of people by surprise. But then for some, it didn't catch them by surprise, considering how they've been acting. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because when you think about what happened in Uvalde and look at what I found or took a picture of, and you connect the two together, it's like, now it makes sense. Now it makes perfect sense. I said, if that's the case, then they need to protect off of the side of their cruisers. Because who exactly are they protecting? Because it's not the citizens that pay them. We are the ones that's paying them for the most part. They get a little salary from their job, but the taxpayers pay them as well. I hated that I had to go off on a little tangent, but I had to throw that in there just in case people were unaware. I'll even leave the link where I found it at, and it says it right there. It's actually like it's like early on in the article, or not the article, but in the document. So you don't have to really read that far down into it. It's like right there in black and white. But yeah, as for this guy, I'll say it for y'all. Complexion for the protection for the collection. Plain as day. Another recent story that just happened. Not something that happened last month or 6 months ago or last year. This year, this week. And again, it's not going to get any type of traction. Had he been, black like Jalen Walker, of course, it would have made all the airwaves. And there's a reason for that. But this should also be out there too. Like I said in my previous video, I may not have the reach of these lamestream media outlets, but I do have some kind of a reach. Somebody or people are out there listening. But with that being said, I'm going to end the video on that note. Y'all let me know what you think.